All that's all gold. I mean, it's all flakes, but it's all gold. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're down here in Wheat Ridge. I think we're in Wheat Ridge, maybe Golden. It's called a place called the Arapahoe Bar. It's one of the most popular places in Denver to recreationally pen for gold. And as you can see around, there's a ton of spots to dig. There's nobody else around. Well, there's one guy, but not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and scope around, look for a good spot for our sluice, which looks plentiful, and look for a good place to dig. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's try to get across here. Yeah, there's a perfect spot right here for the sluice. Somebody even built up a dam. I mean, they're everywhere. If you look around, you can see that this place has been worked pretty good, but you know, there's tons and tons of stuff that nobody's even touched. So yeah, let's get into it. So here's a quick little walkthrough of the north side of the bar. According to the website and everything, I'll put a link in the description to where you can see exactly where this place is, but according to that, you can only dig on the north side. They don't want you digging on the trail side for obvious reasons. However, you can see that people have been digging all underneath these trees and everywhere. Like, they're totally not following the rules, and that makes the rest of us look bad. So of course, you know, I'm going to stick to this side. Big deep holes like this is perfectly fine. Of course, you don't want to damage any trees. You don't want to dig under trees. But yeah, the last time I saw a place like this was probably Cache Creek, out there by Leadville, south of Leadville. As far as all the cobbles and holes and such a heavily worked area. I'm actually looking for a spot. I mean, I'm not against, you know, picking a spot like this and just continuing down in. This guy here left a bucket, and they had a nice big deep hole here. I can continue down into this one. A lot of that stuff, none of that's been touched, so I could just go in there, dig down, knock some of that out of there. And you know, somebody was chasing something down here, so there's probably gold in there. So let me show you the equipment I brought today. Right, got the Garrett Super Sluice, got my old classifier. This old plastic thing, as you can see, I've had it for about a year, and it's coming apart here at the bottom. It's held in by screws and some, looks like silicone there, but it's starting to come apart. Got a small bucket, green scoop, 20 mesh classifier, 2 buckets, and I got my sluice box and my shovel. And last but not least, my new classifier. The guys over at arborfab.com, they sent this to me in the mail. The owner of the company is a prospector as well, and he says he uses this and it's the best classifier he's ever used. As you can see, this thing is made, it's handmade. It's welded all around here, or brazed. I mean, this thing is solid. It's a 1/8 inch mesh compared to I normally use a 1/4 inch, but this is a 1/8 inch. And in the description, there's gonna be a link showing you guys where you can actually pick one of these up. So we're gonna test this out today. As you can see, it has 3 little arms on it that fit perfectly in a bucket like that. And even better, when I'm transporting this thing around, you see how far down into the bucket that one is compared to this? It sticks up like a good 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches. So that makes it more difficult to carry in my bag here. So yeah, this thing is really nice. I really appreciate it for sending this to me. Let's test it out. Okay, so let's set up our sluice box right about there. So my sluice box is basically set up already. I didn't even have to adjust anything. I do have to put something on top of it to keep it there, but maybe a little bit of fine tuning, we'll get it working well. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Klesh Guitars, right? I'm one of your subscribers.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Well, here, let me give you a pick.
Awesome.
Yeah, another guy up there, his name was Lloyd. He's like, the guitar channel, right? I'm like, yep. Here you go, bud.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, so I moved my sluice over here. As you can see, this, I didn't even have to do anything. I literally just set my sluice box down in the water, and this was all built up for me. Perfect little spot. I moved it from the other section because it's a lot closer. And also, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start digging right here. It's fine. Somebody else is digging in there, and you can see in the back here, it looks like somebody, this is kind of where they stopped. So we'll start digging straight back in here. That's fine. First, we're gonna clear out some of this overburden a little bit and just get our material from there. So yeah, let's get digging. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's awesome. It takes everything. See, I'm not used to an 1/8 inch classifier, but that is awesome. Look at that. It only took a few seconds and it cleaned it out. I think I'm gonna wear a glove though, because that is just a piece of wire. So if you wear a glove, it'll probably hurt less in the long run when you shake it out, but that's awesome. Gotta pay attention to this though, you never know what you'll lose. Oh man, oh. Okay, I thought I just found some gold in this little piece of quartz. Can you see that? Oh, it's all over it. It's not gold though. It's mica that shines gold. I hope the camera's picking that up. All right, let's keep looking. All right, no gold. We just got down just maybe a foot or two here in this hole. It's mostly sand. There are cobbles mixed in with it, so there can certainly be gold in there. I would rather have something that's more hard packed, I guess. We might go to a different spot after this one, but yeah, we got our bucket over here. This is how much we got, about a half a bucket full. We're gonna start scooping it into the sluice. All right, well, we're almost done with the first bucket, and hopefully you can see there's some flakes of gold in there where my shadow is, at the tip of my finger. There, down here, one there, one there, one there. A bunch of little pieces of flour gold and stuff. Yeah, very cool. So we got some gold. And speaking of gold, we got a new major credit Patreon supporter. That's Tom's Gold Dirt at tomsgolddirt.com. Thanks a lot, man. And here's your shout out, and your credits will be at the end of the video as well. Thanks a lot, man. Over on Patreon, for $1 a month, you can watch unreleased YouTube videos. For $5 a month, you can watch every one of my videos. As soon as I edit them and upload them, you can watch them on Patreon. I post them over there right away. And of course, if you want a shout out and your name at the end in the credits, that's a $20 major credit Patreon support tier. So yeah, it's just something to think about. You don't have to, of course, but it's an option. Okay, well, this spot was okay. We got about 10 colors in the beginning riffles there of my sluice box. That's about 12 colors. I think I could do better, especially somewhere over there. I might have to walk a little bit further, but over there, I think that's gonna be the spot that's gonna beat this spot as far as amount of gold. So let's relocate about, I don't know, 25, 30 yards over there. Yeah, I think I want to try this spot. Let's dig into the back wall of this a little bit and see what we can get. All right, we'll get one more shovel out of here. So yeah, one bucket into there makes a little tiny hole like that. Most of it was falling from the top. And we got our bucket full here. We'll take this over. We'll take this over and see how many colors we get in our sluice. This is the stuff here in the black bucket. That's the stuff from the lower layers, and the orange bucket is the stuff from the top, more soily layers. So we're gonna go ahead and start scooping it in, and I'll show you what we got. All right, this is the black bucket, the stuff from the lower levels in that big hole, and I'm counting about the same amount of colors in this as I was in that first hole I dug. So I don't know if you can see, but where the shadow is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe a little bit more. And that flake right there is actually pretty nice. So, yeah, I don't know if it's worth it to walk all the way over there, but you can see in these riffles, there's a ton of black sand in there. It's just loaded. And so, by the way, I'm just using this black area here as a gauge to kind of do my sample buckets and everything. Don't know how many buckets I'm gonna run total today, but hopefully we can get a couple more out of here. Walk away with a little bit of gold. All right, let's do this orange bucket next. Whew, okay, well, we're done with the orange bucket, and pretty surprisingly, I don't know if you can see it, but where the shadow is, there's a piece of gold right there. Right there, right there, right up here, right there, right there, right there, right there, right over here, all over the place. And the thing is, these pieces are actually bigger, especially 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those pieces are bigger than what I've gotten from deep in the ground. This stuff is from, and there's another big piece right there. So it just goes to show you never know where the bigger gold is coming from. This is some nice chunky stuff. Hopefully we can get a couple more buckets through here, and we'll have a nice cleanup once we get home. So yeah, right here in this hole, this is where I think I'm gonna stay for the final 3 buckets. Work smarter, not harder, right? SJ's Mixed Adventures. That is awesome how fast that thing works. Man, at this rate, I'll fill this bucket up in no time. It's holding up pretty good. This thing here, from going like that, is kind of bent. But I bet if I took one of these things and attached it to here, it would be fine. But that's good. That's real good. All right, so as you can see, we're getting down pretty far in this hole here. We're actually down to water here, so we're down below the water line, and so we really can't go any further down. We're about 5 buckets in now. Here's my pile of tailings right there, and yeah, it's nice and quick with this thing. It's really nice. Another good thing about this new classifier is you could actually carry it no problem with the handle. With the old one, there's always that problem where, you know, you can't really carry it like that. But this one here, pop it right in, good to go. Look at that big pit over there. Somebody was really digging down right there. All right, so I came over to a new spot here. This is a little ways downstream. Here's another fresh dig. I think we'll get a couple bucketfuls out of here as well. All right, so I got 2 buckets out of this hole right here. That's 2 additional buckets. I think we're on about 6 or 7 buckets right now. This will make 8 or 9 buckets. And then I think we're gonna do maybe 1 more bucket to call it an even 10, and then we're gonna go ahead and call it, because the miner's moss is starting to get plugged up with black sand. Yeah, I just hate to waste any time and, you know, lose gold instead of get it. What is that? Oh yeah, you know that's a Coors can. All right, so we're working on bucket 7 and 8 think we're gonna do 2 more buckets, call it an even 10. All right, I'm over here at a new location, downstream a little bit more, and I found this stuff. Looks like carpet. It's definitely carpet or something. It's not a plant. You can tell it's made out of plastic. But the bad news is that means that this stuff is all overburdened, probably when they were dredging back in the day. And you can see a big hunk of metal right here as well. That means that this isn't ancient stuff. You're still gonna find the float gold and all the small flower gold and everything. But the good news is this stuff is probably awesome at picking up gold. So I think we're gonna try to collect some of this stuff out and see if there's any gold in it. There you go, in the light, you can see it. Let's see how much of that stuff we can get out of there. Look at all that. So pretty much all this material is going to be good to pan anyway, so I'm going to collect up as much of it as I can. I wonder what that was. I wonder if that was intentionally put here back in the day for collecting gold and they just missed some of it. I have no idea what this stuff is. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned out the sluice box and I put everything in that pan over there. And so I went downstream a little bit and I dug out in this one little area that I thought looked pretty good. And this, here we go, if I make a shadow you can see it better. Check out all those colors, and they're nice size flakes as well. So that, I'm definitely going back. I'm gonna grab another bucket or 2. We might do another bunch of buckets here just because of how nice this looks. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I count at least 50 colors there, most of which are a decent sized little flake. So that's awesome. All right, so just for fun, let's take all this carpet stuff. The whole bucket's not full, I just threw it on top here. Let's throw it in here and run it through the sluice box separately. Or even better yet, I should pan it out and we'll see what exactly is in this stuff. Yeah, it's just loaded with stuff. Look at that. There's even a spring or something in there. Who knows where that's from? All right, so that's pretty amazing. All of that dirt right there came from this. I mean, this is noticeably lighter now, but all that dirt was trapped in there. I bet there's some gold in it. All right, we'll clean it out. Let's pan it down. There's a ton of black sand in it. All right, I think we're close enough to the end. We're gonna go ahead and start swirling it. A little bit more, some more blonde sands on the top we can get rid of. The more I agitate it, the more those blonde sands come to the top. All right, it's close enough. Got some water in it. Let's take a look. That is a ton of black sand for such a small... That was all trapped in that little piece of carpet. Yeah, I do see flakes of gold right there. I see 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a big old flake right there. Sorry for the terrible shadows. The sun's starting to go down, so the shadows are all over the place, but yeah, look at that. It's probably $1's worth of gold right there. Not too bad for a little piece of carpet. Anyway, let's suck it up with the snuffer bottle. We have another bucket to do, and I have a little bit of sunlight left. I'm gonna keep going, and then we're gonna head home. And yeah, I'm starting to get real hungry too, so. All right, well, even though I lost count on how many buckets I actually ran, I'm gonna guess it's about 12 buckets total. I'm on my last bucket. I just ran the last bucket. And check this out. I think I got the most gold just from that last bucket right there. There's a nice piece right in there. Right there. All that, that's all gold. I mean, it's all flakes, but it's all gold. All right, we're back home. It is the next day. I got home and I was completely tired, fell asleep and everything, but we took all of our concentrates and we transferred it over here to Krusty Rusty. We're gonna throw it in the oven and do some cooking with Klesh guitars.
A few moments later.
Yummy. All right, guys, here we have our pay dirt from Arapahoe bar. This is all the concentrates from my sluice box. The reason I dried it out was so that I can take a magnet to it and remove most of that magnetite, and that'll make it so much easier to pan out. While this was cooking, I came up with an idea. I always get suggestions to give away pay dirt. So why don't we split this down the middle, and let's give away this half, and we'll pan this half out for the video, but we're gonna give this away to a lucky subscriber. All right, so here's how we're gonna do the giveaway. Basically, you can leave as many comments as you want, as long as it's not 2 comments in a row. So you can leave a comment, you gotta wait for the next person to leave a comment, and then you can come back and comment after them. I'm gonna select the winner in 2 weeks on May 14th, 2018. And it's going to be the random name picker, and once your comment comes up, I'm going to find it and see if any of your comments have been 2 in a row, and if it is, you'll be disqualified. So that's how we're going to do the giveaway. We're going to get a spam of comments on this video. It's going to be hilarious. So you also have to be subscribed and hit the like button. All right, back to the video. So let's bag this side up and pan this side out. All right, there we go. And I think even to sweeten the deal, everything in my snuffer bottle, I'll throw it in here as well. What can I call it? How about Klesh Chromes. Okay, enough playing around. Let's remove this magnetite and pan it down. Let's actually just dump it right in here. And so here's how I remove my magnetite. I just have a neodymium magnet on the end of a nut driver with a silver dollar tube, and it works great. A little bit of magnetite in there. All right, so here's all the magnetic stuff we were able to extract from our pay dirt. The reason I have it in 2 separate pans is because when I initially do it, I get a lot of this stuff stuck with it. So all this stuff actually came up with the black sand, and then I just do it a second and third time. That way everything in here is 100% magnetic. We're not losing any gold. All right, so I guess we'll throw this magnetic stuff in here in my jar of black sand. Save that for processing later. Take our pay dirt, put it in a pan. Take it over to Krusty Rusty and see what we got. Of course, while this is filling up, I'll take a drop of jet dry, throw it in there to break the surface tension of that water. That way, none of our fine gold will want to float away. All right, let me get a pair of gloves on and we'll get panning. All right, here we go. Just as I expected, there's just tons and tons of flower gold in here. All right, so there are a lot of rocks in here and stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and classify it out. That'll save us a lot of time. As I was swirling it around, I did see a lot of flower gold in there. It's going to be extremely difficult to separate without using a snuffer bottle. So I do have a different snuffer bottle that I'm going to use to collect up all these little flakes as I see them. But first, let's classify it out. Let's see if there's any bigger flakes in here. This is all a plus 30. Tons of garnets in there. You see all that red? It's all garnet. And all that white stuff is little hunks of quartz. Yeah, there is a flake in there. There's one plus 30 flake right there. Okay, let's see what's in the smaller stuff. So the smart thing to do is just a little bit at a time. Maybe that much. Right there, you can see the gold starting to peek through. It's pretty good for one little spoonful. Okay, well, we got a good amount of gold out of that first spoonful. We have quite a few more spoonfuls to go. I'll save you guys the suffering, and I'll go ahead and do all this. Okay, I got all my stuff panned out and sucked up into this snuffer bottle here. This snuffer bottle is the one that I'm going to be giving away the contents of to the winner of the giveaway. So let's pour it out and see exactly what we got in here. I'm not going to weigh it up. Wow, look at all that. I'm not going to weigh it up. I'm just going to do a guesstimation on its value. But yeah, I'll absolutely add this to the bag that I'll be giving away. Yeah, pretty nice. And this is just the stuff that was visible. So that's a nice amount right there. Whoever wins it, congratulations. It's a lot of small flakes. But hey, why not? Okay, so everything I find in this snuffer bottle, you can pretty much expect to find about the same, plus everything in that other snuffer bottle with that bag. You know what? It's not a lot at all. I'm not even going to bother weighing this up. But I'll tell you what, man, I had a lot of fun out there on the river. Spent a couple hours out there, and it just goes to show you, with a couple hours, a bucket, a shovel, and a gold pan, find some gold for yourself. Alright everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Big shout out again to arborfab.com. There's a link in the description on how to get that 1/8 inch bucket filter, which I thought was great. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in order to get in for that bag of Klesh Crumbs pay dirt from Arapahoe Bar. I'm also going to throw in all the gold that I found, plus everything in the snuffer bottle, plus all of your, just everything. You'll get all the gold from that entire trip. And also, I'm going to throw in one of these Klesh Guitars picks. I'll throw that in as well. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.